Hi, this is Steffen from SoPHIE Labs. Welcome to the SoPHIE Labs video tutorial series. In this video we are going to address how to create our first experiment in SoPHIE. We already know the SoPHIE overview screen from an earlier video. At this point we are only focusing on the designer. Open it by clicking the designer menu entry. Here you will see the list of available experiments, which is empty for now. Click on the Add Experiment button. When adding an experiment, you give it a name and you can add a description. Let's call the experiment SoPHIE Study. We don't need a description. You can also share your experiment with other researchers. We will show this feature in a separate tutorial. Let's create the experiment now by clicking the Add button. For an experiment there can be several treatments, which you can now add to the experiment that we just created. Let's add one treatment now that we call baseline. Treatments define the actual structure and rules of a specific experimental procedure. You can use multiple treatments in an experiment to organize multiple experimental conditions, but also to improve your organization. For example, you can copy a treatment to keep an older version while working on a new or modified version. After adding a treatment, we can now define the process structure. A treatment is structured as a sequence of steps which are organized in step groups. We want the first step to be a simple instructions screen showing static information to all participants. When creating a new treatment, SoPHIE automatically creates the first step group for you, which is named Main. Let's create our first step in this step group. To do this, click on the small Add Step icon for the step group on the right. At first we choose to add an info step type. When adding a step you can first select a step type. For now we do not look into these different step types that SoPHIE provides, but simply select the info step type to display static information. You can find this step type in the presentation folder. Click on the presentation folder, select the info step type and click the Add Step Now button. Let's call this step Instructions 1 and click Add. Steps have a lot of options, which you will learn about in the following videos. For now we only want to add some content to the step and can enter it into the headline and body input fields. Let's make Instructions 1 our headline. SoPHIE is a web application and allows you to enter any HTML code into the content. The most basic HTML is just text, which means you can simply enter your instructions into the body field. HTML is easy to learn and there are a lot of resources available online. We will have a separate short introduction on basic HTML in SoPHIE in one of the next videos. Let's put some basic HTML with some paragraphs and a nice table into the field and click Save. I prepared some paragraphs and a table to have an idea of what you can do here. Now our first treatment with the instructions step is ready to run. SoPHIE allows you to look at the preview of your defined steps while working on the treatment. Just click on the preview button in the top right corner to look at the results. Please always remember to click the Save button first. Now you see a preview of how the step would look like for a participant of the experiment. We will show how to run a treatment with real participants or a demo session in a later video of this series. You can simply go back to edit the step after you had a look at the preview. Thank you for watching. For further information, simply contact us by sending an email.